everybody. I'm live and getting the Instagram ready to go on live here too. And this is why I'm live today. Okay, ready for it? Last night, I was working on my posts for this week. And the article I wrote was the fear trap and how we all get into this trap of um, being afraid of doing anything, attempting anything. And I was writing this, and in my head, I was also preparing for okay, I have this many posts this week, and I wanted to create some YouTube, Instagram reels, and LinkedIn videos, short videos about this topic. And I also was planning to create a Q&A live session at the end of on the weekend. And then as I was doing this, I started researching, okay, instead of going live, so I've done the live on YouTube, I've done the live on Instagram separately. I've never done the LinkedIn live. And I'm thinking, is there a way to do all of this all at once? And then I started looking into this, and StreamYard is what I use for my podcast regularly. And StreamYard actually allows me to combine a lot of different platforms into one and go live all at the same time, which is great. So I started playing around with it, and I set it up, and I was trying to schedule, and I'm like, how is this going to work? And then on Instagram, is that going to actually show up? How is it going to show up for each different platform? I have no idea how to do this all at once. I'm not, I mean, I'm a little tech savvy, which is great, right? I don't need to go to IT every time, but I've never done it before. It's a new attempt. And while I was doing this, I thought, you know what? If I'm going to wait to be ready 100%, I'm never actually going to do this. I'm going to try, I'm going to attempt one thing. I'm probably going to fail at it. It's going to look weird. There's so many different ways, different reasons stopping me from trying something new. And I thought, you know what? This is the perfect timing to actually go live, try this new way of going live on all three platforms. And this is what I'm doing. I'm going live right now through StreamYard on LinkedIn, Instagram, and YouTube all at the same time. I hooked them up as much as I know, right? And here I am testing it right now. Here I am going over and just dismissing the fears that I have and trying to test it out, because I'm getting myself ready to create those videos and then eventually the live to talk about the fear trap that we're all into. So what do you think? And yes, I'm in my granddaughter's room. Just left the office and here visiting for a little bit, and then I have to go back out to do the rest of my day and rest of my meetings. But I wanted to talk about fear, but actually attempt something new for the first time while I talk about it. Now, how many of us um, go through life and have certain things that they're afraid of? They want to try some things and they're just have all these doubts in their heads. What if it fails? What if it's not hooked up correctly? For my case, what if it's there's a lagging issue? Or what if people look at me and say, what an idiot, what are you doing? There's a lot of judgment out there. Where the reason why we don't attempt something new is because we're afraid of judgment, other people judging us, looking at us, and making their own perception of what we're doing. We're afraid of failing. That's another reason we don't try new things, because we're afraid of failure. What if it doesn't work? What if I'm actually just talking to myself right now and it's not even live, right? Have had all these questions. What if the sound isn't good? What if? There's so many what ifs that I, can fill this little room with. So we're afraid of other people judging us. We're afraid of us, our own failures, and we keep ourselves from actually trying something new, and actually taking a step forward. And a lot of time we get stuck in that comfort zone because, well, back in the comfort zone, this is what I know. This is what I'm comfortable doing. I've done it before. I don't need, nobody's going to judge me. I'm not going to fail because I have done it before. I know the steps. Once I take one little tiny step outside of that comfort zone, that's when I've got all these doubts, all this feeling of anxiety and panic. It's because I haven't tried it before. I haven't done that before. And so we keep ourselves in the comfort zone because of the comfort that it gives us, because of how it feels. And so we want to think about it in this way. Well, yes, we're in their comfort zone. We've done some of these things we've done before. I've done the YouTube live. I've tried it. It was fun. I've done the Instagram live. It was fun. It hooked up quickly. No issues, no problems. If for my case, right? But what if I try this new thing and yeah, for sure it doesn't work. Let's say, it actually doesn't work or something goes wrong. What happens next? What's next? What's next? What am I really afraid of? That's the question. What am I really afraid of? I'm afraid of it going wrong, but what am I really afraid of? Behind that wall of afraid of something going wrong, behind the wall of failure, what am I really afraid of? Am I afraid that I might look like a fool? Am I afraid that people are going to look at me and judge me and say things? Or am I afraid of, what, wasting my time? I don't know. What am I afraid of? These are the questions we really need to ask ourselves. We have to acknowledge the actual fear, where it's coming from, and what are we really afraid of? So if people judge us, you know what? There's no stopping people from judging other people. You can't really control that. It's out of your circle of control, and therefore, um, you don't really need to worry about this. This is a stream of judgment that continues on and on. It doesn't matter whether you do good or bad. The judgment is going to be there. You just have to get yourself acclimated with that. It's just their perception. That's how they see things. You see things differently. Is it going to hurt? Absolutely. Yeah. Um, but it's not gonna stop you from doing something, right? It's gonna help you move forward. Are you afraid of something failing? What happens when something fails? Let's say, for example, let's take this example right now and say, okay, if this live stream actually went wrong and it didn't work, and I keep looking at the Instagram and we want to make sure it's going. Um, let's say it didn't actually work and all the steps I went through to hook everything up, all the streams together, let's say it didn't actually work and I'm not actually live streaming right now, or something was wrong with the visuals or the audio or something, right? Let's call that, let's label it, it's a failure. Then this is what you do. This is what I would do. I look back and I say, "Oh, okay, I was talking to myself the entire time. It wasn't live. It wasn't getting through to other people." And then I look at the technicalities and say, "Okay, what actually went wrong? Why did this not work?" And then I start investigating. What happens from that investigation? I actually learn something. I learn how to actually hook it up correctly, right? So from every failure, there's a lesson to be learned. And I don't want to go deep into all of this. I just wanted really, really, really to test this out to see how this works and to give a demo that, you know what, you can actually test something out for the first time and give it a try and step out there, put yourself out there and be vulnerable, and it'll be okay, because you know what, you're not the only person learning from this experience. Other people are also learning from it, and that is the greatest thing ever, when you are the reason someone else learns something and tries something. Okay. And so what I wanted to do here is to test something out for real live, and to actually talk about the fear trap for a little bit. So there's going to be more videos and posts about it throughout the week. And there is going to be a live at the end of the week, on the weekend, I'll schedule that out ahead of time. But I want you to think about your one thing that you want to do and the fear that's keeping you from doing it. Okay, keep that in mind. Think about it as we go throughout the week. It's Monday. We're starting anew. There's always these, great plans, these great goals that we want to achieve. And sometimes we're the ones that hold ourselves back. No one else does, because it's all up here. So what is that one thing you're afraid of? What is it that you want to do? And what's the fear that's holding you back? Think about that. And I hope to see you throughout the weekend. I want to keep this conversation going. And let's see if this demo worked. After I end the live, I'm going to check it out and see if it's recorded. And if it does, I'm going to post about it, because you know what? We're going to post either way, whether it worked or not, because that's the learning experience from it. Thank you so much for being with me. And if you're watching the replay, hope you talk to me and tell me about what is that one thing you want to accomplish and what fear is holding you back. I'll see you next time.